Greetings everyone, Mikey Cat here. So what are we doing today? Well, I'll do a quick gear review on a Sportsman's Guide gear 10x12 canvas wall tent. I also have a 4-Dog Stove Company ultralight titanium wood stove, about 12 pounds. So let's check it out. So here we are, 10x12, 10 ounce canvas. It's got tie down ropes. I got stovepipe from my 4-Dog stove coming out. Let's do a little sweep around. You got a stove jack. It's got about a 5 or 6 inch hole in it. You can adjust that as needed. It's got a little bit of stitching there for the one hole. Roll down flat. You got some D-ring supports. You got these little tie out points, and just bring them down, little plastic tensioners. Then you come down to just regular ground stakes, and they work all right. They're about a foot long or more, 12 to 16 inches long or so. You replace them if you want, but they do the job. Let's go inside. So we got a window here in the back. You can zip down on both sides, a little Velcro and a little bit of no-see mesh. We've got on each eave, we've got a little bit of a vent. On mine, I took spray paint and some marker and marked off horizontals, verticals, and rafters, and did different colors. And then inside the pipe I kind of did that too, so that way when I put it together, if I lose the bags or whatnot, I can still figure out what goes where. As you come down, you see all the tie-offs, and you got little sod cloth. That's like a kind of like a tarp material on the bottom. It does a job. And you can see there's ample room in here. Little wood stove. Entryway. You've got these little clips you can use, and you got your zipper you can use, and it's got a good storm flap. And you can see you got some clips on the outside too if you just want to secure it from out there. And you pull the door back off on the corners. You also got some D-rings there and coming up. As you can see, they're not treated the best. After about 4 years, they are starting to get some surface rust on them. That's just cosmetic. They're still doing a job. And same with over here, you got tie-off points. And with these two, with the stove jack, if you had like a siliconized fiberglass heat mat, you could just hang some string rope from that and tie off your little mat and just throw it out here against the wall, and same way on the sidewall. I've done that before on bigger tent stoves. So I guess next thing here is the 4-Dog stove. This cost me a pretty penny back in the day. There's a lot of other options out on the market too now. I've used a standard cylinder tent stove that's like 70 pounds. That gets heavy to lug around, but they hold the heat well and they take good long wood. This one's kind of in the middle. It's 12 pounds. It's fairly stout titanium. It's all spot welded, and you got a good air damper here that you can adjust. Little lever, and had a whole bunch of wood I was burning in there last night. But this one's, it's not 100% airtight, but it, you know, with being bent and welded up real nice, you know, it holds the heat in there fairly well. You don't have a bunch of smoke penetration into your tent or anything. And it's got a good flange there. Any of mine, I just kind of come in and just drill couple little holes, and I put some stainless steel screws in just to support everything, because you never know if you get a high wind gust or something on any stovepipe. It don't matter what brand. That just keeps everything secure for peace of mind, you know. And you got a little slot here. I don't have mine installed, but there's just a little plate that you can put in there for a damper for the stove. And then it's got a side shelf with these little poles, and they swing down. They tucked up in there, and so you got the swing away feet, so you can put that. You know, it's got the little I forgot the term, but you basically just throw a couple small logs, you know, little twigs or whatever under there, and get them to ride on top, you know, of those if you got snow or something, and you know, just put a little wood base down or whatnot and keep the stove from sinking into heavy snow or whatnot. So that's similar to what you get like on an ICO stove. So that's a pretty good feature. And it's fairly stable. So this thing cooks well. Had the pipe glowing red hot last night. I obviously didn't have any damper or anything in there, so it was burning hot. And I was out here, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning, just watching some videos and drinking hot tea. Had some hot soup that I boiled up, and fell asleep and woke up at some point. It's like, all right, time to go to bed. So that was fun. We just had a little youth group gathering yesterday. I set this up in a pavilion and some other stuff. We had a campfire outside, but yeah, this was a nice warming area. This kept the doors open and a window open and stuff, and it was still fairly warm in here. It was probably 35-40 degrees outside last night, and we'd stay in here with the windows and doors open. I mean, it was still, you know, decent 70 degrees or so. Once I shut everything down later on, I was out here at the window and door shut. I mean, you get this sucker up, you know, 80-90 degrees easily. You take your coat off and just relax, bask in the heat. Daughter and I've slept out here before with double-decker cots, which is kind of nice with the side walls. They're, I don't say, about 4 foot tall, so you got a good amount of space in here. You get those camo cots, and you can fit, you know, 2 on each side basically. You can fit a lot of people in here and still have room for a little table in the center and whatnot. So it's 10 by 12. It's decent sized. I think the time I bought this, the tent was about 500, and then the pole set was maybe 130, and then it's got a vinyl floor option, which I didn't put in last night, but I've used it before, and it was, I don't know, maybe another 80-90 bucks or something for that, but I'd have to go back and check. But anyway, sportsmansguide.com, Gary Olin's business. He's had that for decades, but yeah, it's, you know, it's a nice starter entry tent. You know, there's more fancy ones out there you can get through, you know, Montana canvas and all that stuff, and you know, you can get snow tracker tents and all sorts of stuff, you know, but this is good. But I've used this. This was my first big wall tent, and then I started getting into Arctic ovens, and now I was getting into Seek Outside ultralight teepees, and that's kind of more where I'm at now, is ultralight, because it's just easier for me to carry stuff in. But this is good. It's got its purpose for, you know, group settings and make a good base camp tent. So all right, so hopefully you liked what you saw, and let's give it a go from there. Thanks for watching. Here we are with the 4-dog stove, titanium pipe, shelf. I threw a little accessory angle pipe in there too. All that stuff kind of folds down, and that's pipe into a couple of sections. There's 6 sections overall, and you see here I got the stove open. It's got a double floor. It's got reinforced sides, and there's a baffle in the top. On the side here by the door, you've got your screen grating. See a little more of that baffle there. It helps direct the heat, keeps more of it there in the stove, gives you a little longer burn time, a little better heat on the area up there for cooking. And you got that little lip there, those two catches for that side shelf. As you can see, your legs, you fold those flat underneath, it's all golden. And then at the end of it all, it's tucked nice and neatly inside. All you gotta do is shut the door and you're good. And dimensions on the stove, it's 22 inches long, about 11 inches wide, about a foot tall. The opening starts out at 4 inches. Now the pipe actually tapers, so it starts at 4. After 2 sections it goes down to 3 inches, and then 2 more sections it tapers back up to 4 inches. Now you can get 6 sections overall if you want. I just got 4, but that would then go from 4 back down to 3. So, you know, on your spark arrestor, you got to kind of let them know, hey, you know, I want a 4-inch or a 3-inch spark arrestor. I've got a 3, so it works out all right, or 4, whatever it is. Anyways, so let's go measure that. Yep, it's 4-inch. So yeah, so mine goes from 4 to 3 back up to 4. So that's what you get with a 6 section pipe. Do your math, Mike, do your math. Woe is me. But anyways, yeah, just be aware of that. There's tapering and stuff in the pipe. So I'm sure Don Cavellis, who runs Four Dog Stove Company, he can help you out with that. So they're pretty good to work with. Like I said, it's all handmade in their shop. There are other titanium stoves out there. Like I said, there's Seek Outside, there's Pomali, there's other ones you can find on Amazon, like you know, Winterwell and stuff like that. Campfire used to, you know, do a bunch of stoves. A lot of theirs were stainless steel though. But some of them now, you know, like Pomali ones, some are like fast folds where they just collapse down, but you're still going to have some, you know, seams and gaps in the side. Seek Outside ones fold pretty flat and they're pretty light, but they're pretty basic, and sides are a lot thinner. They'll warp if you haven't tightened down too much and stuff. So if you want a good solid stove, this one, I mean, yeah, it weighs a little more. You ain't gonna backpack this one in, but you can put it on a polk sled and bring it in and carry it. I mean, it's really not that bad, but I wouldn't go backpacking with it. Anyways, I'll put some specs down the video description, and yeah, just check it out. So I'll post the links and stuff too, and prices and whatnot. So all right, let's get back to the rest of the video. enjoying a nice fire, canvas wall tent, 10 by 12 guide gear from Sportsman's Guide. I've owned it for about 4 years. Had it out a handful of times. We had a little event out here earlier tonight and brought it out, and after everybody went home, just came out, cooked up some beef and barley soup and some hot tea, and just sitting here relaxing, about ready to go to sleep in my chair. But yeah, it's fun. Just enjoying that fire. See, the fire's starting to go down. It's not glowing red anymore. Got some split oak. I got some little oak pieces from pallets. That started it up really nice and hot. I got some sweet gum too, but I ain't burning much of that in here. Mainly just split oak and stuff, but the pile's getting a little wet, so pallet wood tends to help dry it out a little better. A little heat-powered fan blowing like crazy on top of there. Distributes the heat pretty well in here. So, yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it.